How's it going, everyone? Nathan Shepard here. I've got week 3 DraftKings sleeper picks. Let's get to it. A quarterback, going to start with Matt Ryan. $5,700. He's playing the Saints at home. Indoors, I think they're going to get into a bit of a shootout there. So for $5,700, I think Matt Ryan's well worth that money. Jared Goff also at $5,900. I think he may end up throwing the ball a little bit more than you think against San Diego, or sorry, not San Diego, the LA Chargers. And Goff for $5,900 may be worth the money. Likewise, Phillip Rivers for $5,800 playing against the Rams, but he's still probably going to throw the ball around a lot, get a lot of yards piled up, and possibly 2 or 3 touchdowns, even though I think they probably will lose that game. Matthew Stafford playing the Patriots at home for $5,900. I think he's a pretty good pick for that money. Patriots' pass defense hasn't been very good this year. Defense in general hasn't been very good this year. So Stafford likes to throw it around. So I think he's a good value there for $5,900. Now let's moving over here and some running backs. I like Rock Thomas in Minnesota. He's the 4th running back on the depth chart, but due to injury, he's going to be most likely in number 2. Check the injury report before the game, but Rock Thomas looks like he will be the number 2 back behind Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray not bad at $5,800 going up against the Buffalo Bills, but Rock Thomas is $3,000, liable to get some catches or some touches in that game. I do expect him to beat Buffalo pretty handily, so going to the backup running back is something you would probably expect to see the Vikings do. So Rock Thomas at $3,000. If you need a cheap player to fill out your roster, or you want somebody cheap to help you be able to afford another big guy, I think he's somebody that could produce for you. Now also we've got Dante Petit in San Francisco. They are playing the Chiefs. Looking for a shootout in that game. He's stepping in for Marquise Goodwin, who is injured. So for $4,300, he's probably going to put up a little bit more bang than you expect to get for your $4,300 buck in that one. Pierre Garçon is also $5,300. He's effectively the number 1 receiver in that one, so I think he's probably well worth the money as well. Now, next I want to look at Geronimo Allison. Washington's had a pretty decent pass defense. You know Green Bay's going to throw the football. A lot of times this situation sets up for a 3rd receiver to have a big game. So I'm looking for Geronimo Allison with Green Bay to have a pretty decent game, $4,500, very cheap. And I think also, even though the defense is pretty tough in Washington right now, Randall Cobb at $5,200. I think is another good pick. Randall Cobb has ways of getting open and ways of finding the end zone, and I think they're going to need him in D.C. coming up this weekend. So, my next and final, well not final, I've got Deshaun Jackson, $5,300 for Deshaun Jackson. They are playing against the Steelers on Monday night. Looking for a shootout there. He should put up a good amount of points for $5,300. Will Fuller, they're playing the Giants. They're at home. I know Houston's going to be looking for a win. The crowd will be excited, and I expect Will Fuller to be back and have another big game, $5,900. I think that'll probably be the last time he'll be that cheap. Tavon Austin. Dallas is going to Seattle. I think Tavon Austin's speed and his positioning on the field in the slot will allow him to get past that cover 3 defense they like to play in Seattle. And I think Tavon Austin for $3,600 is a good bet to get you some decent yards, probably a couple big plays, and maybe even a touchdown there. So, and my last one is I have Mike Williams. Mike Williams, San Diego, they're going to be playing the Rams. Rams have 2 tough corners with Talib and Marcus Peters. So that will set up, in my opinion, Mike Williams being targeted more often by Phillip Rivers. So for $4,000 even, I think Mike Williams could be worth your consideration if you need a cheap player to fill out your roster. So that's all I've got for this week. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and good luck.